This year, I've turned 26. Here are the 26 lessons I wish I knew when I was 20. First off, no one is going to come save you. As we go through life, we always need to be that one change, and we are that one constant that we have in our lives. If we don't change ourselves, nothing else will change for us, or we will just not feel like we are in control of our own lives because we never ever let ourselves go explore what else we want to be more of. 2. You give power to who you blame. You are the one who allows yourself to react and respond to different circumstances around you. When you control your response, that means you give yourself time to breathe and pause what would be able to help you get better. 3. Growth requires loss. You will understand in life that the things you initially took great interest in no longer mean as much to you anymore. Because of that, you really think about whether is this going to be something I want to invest in long term, or is this just something I'm interested in for the time being, because that may just be something your mind has just thrown in front of you and you just thought it was interesting because it was something new. 4. Trust is the currency of all relationships. If you can't trust that person, you shouldn't even have any kind of relationship with them. Feeling like I don't feel safe around them, and this will make you withdraw within to yourself, especially if you're an overthinker. And with that basis, you need to be able to take care of yourself. You need to be able to judge whether this person is a right fit for you. If not, then you need to clear that person out from your life. It is okay to complain, however, you need to allocate a specific amount of time for you to be complaining about. Because if you don't do so, having a self-victim mindset, you will never actually take steps to improve yourself because you're just venting yourself out. Look, I understand there are many different situations in which you can't escape from. Think about what your situation is and how you can escape it for the better and pursue things greater than yourself. 6. Life advice is like clothing. Depending on the season of your life that it is, you need to be able to understand when you will need to formulate this life advice for yourself. If you take one piece of life advice and you apply it to a time when you have summer clothing, when you really need winter clothing, that's going to end up screwing you over and kind of impair your decision-making skills because you are not thinking about what will make you better for yourself. 7. Take responsibility. You need to be able to take responsibility for all the actions that you take, the impact that you have within yourself in your life. You kind of see the exact results you take and the actions that may lead to it. 8. Turn down things that do not align with your goal. If you just allow yourself to be swept by all these different projects that don't really have a bigger impact on your life in future, you will end up divesting your energy across various different things. You feel like you have achieved nothing in your life. And that's something I can definitely relate to as well at times. 9. Be the partner that you want to have. If you are trying to attract that lady or that man that you really feel like is your dream person, are you kind of encapsulating and carrying yourself in a way that would attract that individual too? Do you take care of yourself? Are your finances in order? Are you disciplined to go and pursue your goals? These are the kind of aspects as well that you need to be thinking about to attract that one individual. I know people say opposites attract, but sometimes people with a similar lifestyle tend to attract themselves. 10. Don't assume things. Look, there are a bunch of other things in the real world today that we can always end up making snap decisions about because we never know the full story. As long as you intentionally guide yourself to make sure that you have considered all the factors that you can, then you can start deciding from that. But if you have a random assumption about that person on the street, it is none of your business. Why are you making that judgment? That is the kind of thought process that you need to be having for yourself too. 11. You don't need to prove anything. Look, I know this is for some people who are within certain kinds of households, which may be a bit more difficult, and this goes out to them. In this case, you may have certain expectations placed upon you by your parents, your family, and your different kinds of social groups that are within your life. You end up feeling, I don't know what I need to be doing now, because you'll end up placing your expectations, your whole self-worth on them too. And because of that, you will never feel fulfilled. This leads on to number 12. Be careful how you define yourself. How do I want to carry myself? Who is the kind of person I want to be? Because without this, you will end up making arbitrary decisions. As you take care of yourself more and more and you experience things in life, this will allow you to understand more about who you are as a person and see what else you're made of. And this leads on to point number 13, taking risk. If you take calculated risk, this will allow you to understand where you are coming from and where you're going to. If you don't take any risk in life, that will be the biggest risk that you're taking with zero return. Because of that, your life will be dictated by those around you. You need to be able to understand what suits you, how much you can take that risk for, how long you can take it for, and whether this is something that you actually want to do. 14. You need to self-reflect. Without self-reflection, we will never understand how we kind of feel and view ourselves too. I know there are times in life where everyone in the world is judging you, thinking about how you're perceived, but most importantly, how do you feel about yourself? Without that, you don't understand how you think about things, why you behave the way that you do, and this might end up making someone easily take advantage of you because they know what your trigger points are. They know how to manipulate you in a certain way, like where your weaknesses are in this case too. And from there, you can understand what your strengths are and really start applying that in the day-to-day life. This leads us on to number 15, friends. So with this, people come and go into your lives. This will be nothing new, whether it's your close friends or even a childhood friend who came into your life back when you're older. With this, you need to understand the three main things about these friends that you may have. One, some friends are like leaves. They kind of just blow away with the wind, and these are the ones that will only be there for a particular season of your life. Two, the second kind of friend is where the friends you who are the branches of your life. The breeze are the ones who you can hang on from every now and then, but if you apply too much weight to them, they snap and they break and they go away. The third kind of friend is the most crucial kind of friend that I hope you all experience, and that's the kind of friend who are the roots of you. These are the kind of friends who nourish you and really help you understand and help you grow as a person, because without that, you will never ever challenge yourself, and that's kind of a difficult thing for a lot of people to do nowadays. 16, you can always change what you want to be doing. Yes, I understand that it's difficult to have certain expectations from people around you, and from that, you kind of feel pressured. Because of that, you need to go put yourself out there, try and take efforts to improve yourself, and understand what you want to go for in life is all down to you. Without you trying and without you investing yourself, why should anyone else do that for you? 17. Nothing meaningful is easy. How do we feel about it? Are we actually doing this because we feel content by it and we feel at peace? Or is it just because we've been told to do this by our friends and family? If that is the case, then you need to start evaluating what we're actually pursuing it for and the strength, and know that this journey will not be easy, but you will find like-minded people on the path of self-mastery and improvement. 18. Life always has problems, no matter what kind of socioeconomic situation you're in. Everyone in life will have problems. People just have different kinds of problems. It is within our power to control, then we can do something about it, so why worry? If it isn't something that we can't control, then why should we spend more time thinking about it? Because all this does is just waste our time, effort, energy, and we never really end up trying to be something. 19. Habits compound, no matter what habit it may be. If you take it as you put a coin in the bank and this is what stacks up from year on year, you will be so much better, and having your book Atomic Habits is definitely a key point that will help you out with this too. 20. Don't stick with bad friends just because you've known them for a long time. All they will do is end up holding you back and dragging you down. On that flip note as well, make sure to critically evaluate what kind of friend you are to the people in your close inner circle too. Do you have the capacity to be able to sustain this relationship with them? Do you have this capacity to understand how they are as a person? Are you even making an effort to do so? What kind of social circles we're in? Even as scary as it may be, but it is always more beneficial to go explore the wider world out there for friends too. 21. No one needs to know all your plans. I know when we have a new idea, we start wanting to share this with our close friends, our family, whoever it may be in your life that you talk to. Regardless, it is always better to make the decision, to take action, and then progress along the way with it. When you do that, you are able to be more concrete. You don't have external influences telling you negative things like, why are you doing this? What's the point of doing that? There's so many other people doing that anyway. What makes you any different? When you don't have all these external disturbances coming in, you'll feel a lot more liberated and you just take action. And you also realize that when you do through the process, you're enjoying the journey and it's just a privilege for other people to hear your story with. 22. Self-care. Whether this is in the case of the physical aspect of your health, whether you need to learn to exercise and be fit, all these things will compound as you get older. Have a better body and literally have that level of self-esteem and discipline to teach yourself what you can do. And this may include things such as skincare as well, making sure you're taking care of yourself. You will be able to feel like you are dedicating that time for yourself, no matter what it may be, to improve yourself and feel more at peace. 23. Confidence comes from a comfort with failure. Look, no one likes failing and it makes us feel bad, horrible, embarrassed, and we never actually want to go try again if that's the case, because we end up always thinking everyone else is thinking about us and how we're perceived. Once you get over that fact, the world is your oyster. that every master was always once a student. And if you always keep on trying, you will always win. That is literally what it is. It may take you some more time than others, or it may take you less time than others. The most important thing is to always keep on going. 24, do things by yourself. As you do things by yourself, you will gradually gravitate and meet people who are on that same journey and path as you as well. If you never do so, then that will mean you will never understand what your true capabilities lie, meeting a community that will support you and champion you to grow better as well. 26, last but not least, being extraordinary comes from persistence. If you are always persistent in how you can develop yourself and grow more, you will literally see the changes in your life and become better with that. As you gradually take care of yourself, you will gradually become so much more skilled. You gradually teach people about what you do. People will then start seeing you as a source of inspiration and really take care of how they then view things. And with that, we'll be able to make society better too. These are the 26 lessons I wish I knew when I was 20, and I'll catch you next week. Thank you for watching. Have a good one.